Triple E EDC back again with another live video. Let me go ahead and wait a couple of seconds for some people to get here. While people are coming in, I'm going to throw up some new knives to the collection for those people watching back on playback. I'm not sure if a whole bunch of people are going to show up or maybe just one or two, so we'll see. It is late at night right now. About 1:41 in the morning here. Hey, what's going on, Dom? Just waiting for a couple people to get here. Hey, Dane. Don't worry, I got your email, buddy. We're going to be sending out that knife to you soon. I got to calculate the shipping on it. Morning, Dane. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go through some of these things while people are arriving. People can always ask more about it later, but let's go ahead and take a look at some of the budget knives that came in since the last time. We've got the CRJ Feldspar and the CRJ Centros. So these are both the Micarta versions. I may have shown the Centros before in the Micarta, but the Feldspar is new. So I'm going to be doing a comparison between these two, specifically in this format with the Micarta. So you guys should see that up shortly. Also, one other thing before I really get too far into the video, this isn't a new knife, but these just went on sale not too long ago. I think they're trying to get rid of the rest of the stock. This is the DLT Exclusive Griptilian in carbon fiber. It's available both in satin and DLC. This is a DLC version. The original price on these was like $232 for satin and $240 something for the DLC. It's like $200 right now for the satin version, which is a great price, honestly, for this knife. And if you don't own a Griptilian and you wanted to buy one and you're looking for something that is good, I would recommend this 100% over the Gray G10 versions that are available. So again, this is carbon fiber, a little bit different shape because it's flat handled, but it's great. So definitely check that out. DLT, by the way, is one of my favorite places to order from. So if you guys are looking for a great deal on on a Benchmade or just looking for a great reliable shop, they're awesome. What's the steal on it? It is M390. You don't see a ton of Benchmades these days with M390. A lot of them are going 20 CV, but this is M390. This is before they made the switch. They've been in stock for a little while, I think, because they were priced a little high. So definitely a great deal on, the Benchmade sticker tax has been repealed on that knife now. Let's go ahead and take a look at another budget knife I got here, the Bestek Texel. This is an Adam Purvis design. I'll be doing a review of this soon. This knife came out, I think, last year. It's a D2 JG10. And there you see the Adam Purvis. He's the guy that does the clips on a lot of the Spyderco the Timascus clips. So he has the Progeny, a couple nice titanium knives out there. But this knife, the Texel by Bestek, is awesome. It's got really nice, smooth drop shot action here. It's hard to see on here, but when you can see it pretty much drops very, very smooth. It's about $50, and it gives you a very nice blade shape on here too. Love this knife so far, and it could be a little bit bigger, honestly, because it's about the size of the bug out. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, it's about the size of the bug out, but overall, I like it. I also got, these are out of stock now, but this is the M4 Blur. So this was a Kershaw website exclusive, and when they had them, they ran for about $75. They were a steal of a deal, and you can find them on the secondary market now, but people are posting them for, I should be on Instagram, yeah. I am on Instagram. It's not a knife Instagram, it's sort of just my own Instagram, but I do follow knife channels on there. I just never really got into the whole Instagram thing, but this is sort of a gray aluminum here. Got the nice grip on here, just like a normal Blur does, but it's also M4. And so I have to say, I've never had a Blur before because I've never been, blown away by the value proposition on a Blur, mainly because the value proposition was better on the Blurs years ago than better than it is now. But for 75 bucks, this ended up being great on the secondary market. These these are going for like 100, 20, 130 bucks on the secondary market, and the market's died down a little bit, so you can maybe find them a little cheaper now. I happened to find a deal on this one, so I went ahead and took it, and I'm glad I did because M4 Blur, great build. This is an American build, built Kershaw, Ken Onion design. Very, very nice ergonomics on this. I was really shocked by the ergonomics on this, how good they are. And like I said, the M4 steel. So that's another new one here. I got the Spyderco Amalgam. So this was a knife that a lot of people gave a lot of hate to, except for Kevin Cleary. Basically, every YouTuber not named Kevin Cleary skewered this knife for one main reason. Except Kevin Cleary named this like his 2019 knife of the year or something. Honestly, I actually kind of agree with Kevin more than I do a lot of the other YouTubers. The biggest gripe here is going to be this. You can see the on the compression lock, that flipper tab come right through. The other big gripe on this is the detent is a little weak. For a flipper, that's not great, but you know what? Once you get used to swinging it open and swinging it closed, you really don't have a problem. You're not going to be able to hold it like this, and flip it back and forth like you might do a, pair of three if you're, flipping them back and forth. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera. You won't be able to do that because the flipper tab will hit you. But if you time it right, you really shouldn't have a problem closing this. I think it got a lot more hate than it deserved. Frankly, this is really light, really, really light for the size. Is this going to be a new time for the live stream? No, I just randomly got on, honestly. I haven't done a set live stream in a while, and but that just means less viewers and more of a chance for you guys to win something. Maximus Sage is coming. Perfect. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, this is later than yours, Big Red. And you know what? I'm on Central Time. I'm not even on Pacific like you are. But welcome. Welcome. So I actually really like the Amalgam Dub Glock. Nice to see you here. I like the Amalgam a lot more than a lot of other YouTubers gave it credit for. It's very thin compared to a lot of other Spydercos. Let me show you the edge on this compared to, well, let's go with a pair of three. So you can see it's pretty thin behind the edge here for such a large knife. I mean, you can see the size difference here. Hollywood Tactical, you're thinking of getting a CJRB and Micarta. So I think you missed what I had earlier, but let's go ahead and throw some up. CJRB Feldspar, CJRB Centros, CJRB Rhea, all in Micarta. So which one are you looking at? So while I'm waiting for him to answer which one he's looking at, I have to say this one, the Rhea, honestly really blew me away for being so small. I mean, let's take a look at how small this thing is. You like the Rhea blade shape? Yeah. So check that out. It's smaller than the bug out. Honestly, I thought this was my limit on how small I'd go on a knife. This changed that. This thing is an amazing EDC. It's fairly light. It works great as a summer carry. Even though we're going out of summer now, the way it's shaped, your hand can go very close to the edge right here. And I actually I broke down with this thing, those four quadruple thick boxes that like car seats and a whole bunch of other stuff come in, really heavy furniture. So I broke down tons of those boxes with this thing, and it was still cutting great, and it was just slicing through those quadruple thick cardboard pieces. And for a knife this size, man, it really held its own. I have to say, I was very thank you, Big Red. I really appreciate that caffeine boost. That's awesome. That's awesome, JB. I really appreciate that. So yeah, yes, this is RPM 9. So you guys can see. I don't know if you can see that. AR RPM 9 is the steel. So the edge retention. So I think what I read was that RPM 9 is similar to it was either VG10 or 440. I can't remember exactly, but the edge retention on it was a lot better than I thought. I mean, like I said, I went through all those layers of cardboard. I just stropped it, and it's great. It hasn't missed a beat. So almost 9 a.m. there, man. Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. here in Central Time. Yeah, it's like a VG10. Yeah, so has pretty good edge retention on it. This is a proprietary steel for CJRB, and I think it's done great so far for them. They're going to be doing a lot more knives in it. They have a fixed blade in it. I think they have a couple other knives coming out in it. And I think they're sort of moving more toward this than some of the D2, maybe to differentiate themselves. As far as, I'll do a little spoiler here for guys that actually watch the live stream. So these two, the Feldspar and I'm going to be doing a comparison between these two, the Feldspar and the Centros. So the truth is that I haven't done all the categories yet, so I can't really declare a winner. But after carrying both and using both, I would definitely say that I prefer the Centros a little bit more. And that also goes counter to what a lot of YouTubers are saying out there. A lot of YouTubers will say, "No, the Feldspar is better." There's a couple reasons, and I'll cover those in the videos why I like the Centros better. As far as lockstick JB, I haven't had any lockstick, as you can see. Very good with the Centros. The action is even better with the Feldspar. So JB, I'm glad you agree with me. I think the vast majority of YouTubers out there who've used both of these have the Feldspar ranked higher. But for me, the Centros, all the way. The blade shape, honestly, is great on this. I really like the spear point on this, the very slim profile. I think it is fantastic. Like I said, the action's a little bit better on this one. But yeah, you'd put the Feldspar below the Rhea. So I haven't compared the two, but I will say that I carry this a lot more than I carry the Feldspar. So I haven't compared the two yet, but my pocket set agrees with you, JB. Let's go ahead and take a look at some other stuff. Like I said, I had as far as budget knives go, I had the Texel up on screen before. I also had, new to the channel, the Rough Rider, the work knife, the new one. I know JB showed the old one off on his channel, but this is the new one with the blue denim micarta. Boom, that's right. I saw this coming out, and I missed out on that first run, so I was so pumped to get this one. So sometimes Chinese micarta is trash, is what you hear. So, I mean, it's really polished micarta. This is not like this is also CJRBs are also Chinese. So let's take a look at some of the different micartas, that I guess are Chinese micartas. Let's see if I have a couple of them. No, I don't have a ton of Chinese micarta, but I'll bring out a couple of other micartas so you can compare against them. So I have the Putman scales, the LMF scales, and the Atom. So the Atom, you can see there, is flat, less polished, but it's a little bit more polished than the coarse micarta on the CJRB Feldspar, which is the same micarta as the other CJRBs. This is a little bit more coarse, not quite as coarse as the Feldspar, a little bit more tightly knit, but still somewhat coarse. You can feel this a lot rougher than this. This is an LMF scale. And this is sort of on the more polished side, but still rougher than the TRM Atom. So if I had to go in order of sort of roughness on how you expect, I would go, the roughest is this, then this, then this, then this, and then this is polished. So this is going to be very, very, it almost feels like the polish you would get on a Bark River knife. not saying it's the same quality, it's not, but it feels like that glossy polish. Hey, Michael Gaglione, how are you? What's my common day and time? I don't have one, honestly. They bee blasted your Centros. Sorry, Dom, I missed your comment. It was the same as something. It just disappeared. I don't have my computer up. It's just my phone, so the messages will pop up and then they'll disappear. Anyway, I'll keep going on some of the knives. So I have this work knife. Beautiful, beautiful work knife. Nice slip joint. And I have so you guys saw the Amalgam. I went ahead and bought a 941. And I have, the reason I bought the 941 is, let's see if I can get this out. The reason I bought the 941 is this. Rogue Blade Works titanium scales. Contoured titanium. Beautiful contoured titanium. I just spoke with Zach from Zach Stuff today. He told me which clip to get with it. I'm going to have to swap out the hardware because you got that black hardware there, and it's not going to match anything else on it. But I'll probably get something from Adrenaline. I'm not going to say the rest of his name because YouTube might flag it. But you guys who have been around probably know who I'm talking about. And let's see. If you don't know who I'm talking about, by the way, you can email me, triple.edc@gmail.com. I'll respond to you. All right. So let's see what I have. The ZT04 0562 tie. Now this one has, I don't remember if I showed this one before or not. This is different than a normal one. A couple of things. It has ceramic bearings in it. It has MXG hardware. So this is silver hardware instead of the stock black hardware. And the clip has been sanded down to get the black paint off. So this thing is just absolute butter. You get it past that clip and boom, it's just butter. Past that detent right there, and boom, butter. Fantastic, fantastic modifications on that knife. Let's see. Also, since the last time I've been on, another OTF, and another OTF, and another OTF. So I've been on a little bit of an OTF kick lately. So this is the Hogue Compound. You can see right there on the blade is the Tonto edge, gets thicker out by the tip. Yeah, the action on these are smooth, but this one is by far the smoothest. So this has a G10, really nice G10 G-Mascus. Really interesting chassis on this because it's got aluminum chassis on the inside and it's all G10 on the outside, which is not common for out the fronts, but it has a pretty good action on it. And the button, which is also G10, has that, it's a raised up button, and so it catches your finger really easily. The Exploit, this is a Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Yeah, it's like the Hogue Deca G10. This is the same G-Mascus. But this is the Molen Lob version, Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. Do I spell it with an F or a V? It depends on which forum you're in, I guess. A lot of the forums love to put the F in, but yeah, I don't know if you're in Europe or America. Are you joking or not? But it's a V. The Centros has great lines. Yeah, the Centros does have great lines. Let's just bring it back in the picture for a second to admire the lines. Swipe right for Dylan. You guys have been around, probably know what I'm talking about. All right, so this one is pretty cool. Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. It's actually been, and this is the Sig Sauer edition. I also have the Sig Sauer. This one you've probably seen before, but I have the Sig Sauer version of the EXA01. So this version is actually pretty cool. Sorry, I just missed the comment that popped up. You may want to repost it. But this version's really cool. It's aluminum, has a nice Cerakote. It actually has the Spartan. I don't know if you can see it here. That's what the design is a Spartan helmet. There's the nose, the chin. So it has that nice Cerakote on the blade, Mullen lob in there. And then this one is the real beauty. This is a Guardian Tactical Recon-035, Recon 035. And this thing has a Reese Wieland regrind. Beautiful, beautiful regrind. This he actually worked with Guardian Tactical, I think, on these. And this is just absolutely stunning. This is the main reason I'm doing this tonight, is I just got this today, and I had to put this on because this is just so beautiful. And then you have that nice, patent pending technology on here. Yeah, we grind out the front, right? It's crazy. You have this nice patented technology here that has bearings on the inside of this. So it's a steel plate that with bearings underneath the steel actuator, and it just makes it so smooth. I'm going to tell you right now, this will probably not be my last Guardian tactical knife, because this has blown me away so far. And by the way, this isn't new, but since I have the Mullen lob out the front, I also have this one. You haven't seen what? The Guardian Tacticals? So the Guardian Tacticals, the 035, I think, was the first one that came out, the Recon 035. It's a little bit similarly sized to the Ultratech, although I think it was meant more to be a direct competitor or direct replacement for the Scarab, which Microtech had discontinued previously. I think they brought it back recently. But then they came out with the Dash 040, which is a slightly larger knife. Then they came out with the Recon Elite. The Recon Elite is the knife that's supposed to rival the Combat Trudon. And then they just came out with the Dash 025, which is, I guess, like the Ultratech 85, which is 85% as big as the regular Ultratechs. So let's see what else I got new here. Got a lot of new knives recently. Going broke. So I don't know if you guys have seen this one yet. A couple fixed blades. So this is a TRC. This is Freedom. This thing is one of the best pieces of craftsmanship I've ever seen on a knife. And I own many high-end knives. Just stunning micarta. This is very polished micarta. M390 on this one. Very, very, no detail has been overlooked on here. Just absolutely gorgeous. The sheath on this, perfect. Crowned, yeah. It's crowned on the spine, and it is crowned. Yeah, it's crowned all the way through. This is a brand from Lithuania. If you're wondering if you can strike a ferro rod on here, TRC, yes, TRC. It's a company out of Lithuania, and they've quickly gained a reputation for just pristine, pretty much perfect knives. I think I don't know if you guys watch DBK at all. They're the two Dutch guys that are on. They have their own YouTube channel, like 200,000 followers, maybe more. But they do a lot of fixed blade testing and everything like that. They're coming out with their own knives. I think they struck a deal with TRC to do a limited batch because of how high quality TRC is. So speaking of TRC, I don't know if you've seen this one or not, but this one is the more survival style knife with an apocalyptic finish. Nice Kydex sheath, but check out this knife. Yeah, they do funny videos, that's true. But check that out. This is an LMAX, the Apocalypse. the DBK actually had a review of this knife, called it, I think, the best knife of 2019. But there weren't a lot of them made in 2019, so I was glad to get my hand on them here in 2020. But nice jimping here. Everything's perfectly rounded. You do get a sharper point here, so if you wanted to strike a ferro rod, you could strike off of here. DBK shows in their video that you can do it. It's just wow. Like, this thing is amazing. Every detail on here. And because it's the last run, according to Chris Tanner, when I say his name, you guys might know what I'm talking about here. The JX5 Vengeful. I think the full name is JX5 Vengeful 1. Yep, Prepared Mind 101. That's correct. Chris Tanner's Prepared Mind 101. So he has a YouTube channel. He's also got like 200,000 plus followers, and he had designed a whole bunch of knives. And he's got this. This is a big chopper. Yeah, this thing's like $300. But check out the stock on it. Nice white liners. Whoops, red linen micarta. I think I dinged the table. Don't tell the wife. But this thing is one hell of a chopper. And this is the sheath that goes with it. I may have to Kydex this thing. The sheath is huge. Either that or rub it down with some Obanoffs. This is how it fits in the sheath. It's a vertical only sheath, which you really can't have it any other way. But I think that pretty much does it for the new knives. You guys have seen a ton of new knives. I'm curious if anyone wants to see anything back again. I'm probably going to start wrapping up for the night because they're after 2 a.m. But we're going to do a giveaway before we go. But before I do the giveaway, we'll just see if anyone wants anything back out again. Dom wants the This Is Freedom back out again. So this is the This Is Freedom. There is another one called Classic Freedom that's a little bit smaller than this. So if you want to EDC a fixed blade, and you're asking for my recommendation on what to EDC, so I've got a couple. I definitely recommend the Guardian series. This is the Guardian 3. See, it's much smaller than this. But what size is the blade? I think the blade is 4. Let's see. We find a 4-inch knife to find out. This is a 4-inch knife, 4-inch blade. So you can see it's probably about 4.5 inches, the blade. This is the Snex Buster, by the way, the Hoback Snex Buster. So this is probably about 4.5 inches, the blade. I think the Classic Freedom is like 3.5 or 375. You want the Guardian Tactical with the Reese grind back? Yep, can definitely accommodate that. Yeah, this thing, just look at that grind. Beautiful grind. And I love the fact that the only lettering on here is RW. There's no other taglines, nothing. They left it plain. Love that. I think this was done in conjunction with Guardian Tactical. Yeah, pure sexiness for sure. So we've got 9 people here. That means that there are really good odds for a giveaway. Let's see what I should do for a giveaway knife. Go ahead and leave this up, the M4 Blur, and the old Centros while I'm grabbing that stuff. So let's see a couple of giveaway options. Let's go ahead and clear off the table. I'll do the work knife as a giveaway option if you guys want. No longer available. By the way, Dom, I have another M4 Blur coming. I saw two for a really good price, so I bought both of them. So I have one and have the other one coming. If you really want one, hit me up by email. We can try to work something out. I'm not gonna price mark you up or anything. Anyway, we have the Spyderco Tenacious. Let's see what else we have. And I need to start. I've just got too many knives at the moment, so this is used, but somebody may prefer this over. So what I usually do is have people pick. So this is the Lurch design. This is new. This is new. This is used, but the Lurch design on the LCK. Now I did put out a video, and I will put it out again soon, probably before I send this off if someone takes it. But just a heads up, I do have a video that was out there that I'm going to re-put out there that talked about the fact that this knife is extremely overrated. That doesn't mean it's bad; it just means that it's overrated. But these are all good knives here. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to keep a number in my head, to be honest, because writing it down with less than 10 people probably isn't going to make much of a difference. But I'm going to do a number between, let's do 125 and 225. Because it's 2:15 and 2:13 in the morning here. Let's do actually I'm sorry 113 and 213 because it's 2:13 in the morning. So we'll do a number between 113 and 213, and whoever has the closest without going over will be the winner. And I'm going to go ahead and pick the number now, so you guys can go ahead and guess, and then I'll stop it after I think that everyone's guessed. Sorry, I should have clarified. One guess per person. So Dub Glock, let me know which one. Between 113 and 213. One guess per person. Okay. All right. So I think everyone's guessed now. Has anyone not guessed? Big Red, I'm going to have you verify if you could, because I can't see the comments. Is that cool? JB, is that cool? Take a look to make sure. Dom, you'll help? Okay. So the number was, I'm going to stop. Yeah, I'm going to stop. The number was 147. So who had the closest without going over? Dub Block did correct himself. So after I corrected, I think it was his last guess. That was his one guess. Well, you know what? It seems like you just had the winning guess if you had 146, because I definitely didn't see a 147 come up. So Leviathan, you can tell me which of these knives you want, and I'll send it out to you. You can email me, by the way, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. You don't have to tell me right now. triple.e.edc@gmail.com. But the peer pressure is probably going to be to tell me right now. But congrats. Great guess for just showing up. which is my favorite. Um, so, like I said, this one's used. These two are new. Out of these, my favorite and one that I carry them, one that I would carry the most, and everything would be this one, the CRKT LCK, and I have carried this one. The work knife would probably be second. The Manix would probably, I mean, the Spyderco Tenacious would probably be third, even though the Tenacious is more expensive than this one. This one's no longer available. So if you like the slip joints and this is no longer available, it's good. But I would pick the LCK if it was me. I really dig the action on here. You have a really nice detent this way and this way. Which day and time am I going on the live stream? So I don't really have a set day and time. I should be doing more regular live streams somewhat soon. You'll take the slip joint? Great choice. So I know that's right up JB's alley. This worker slip joint is awesome. Yes, I don't really have a set time that I do these. I need to get a more set time, and then I'll try to post it. The difficulty for me is I have a family with young kids, so I can't always get to specific times. It's also why I record at night. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. I know it's been, you know, a little bit sparse here with some of the attendance, but that's partly because I didn't announce it. I haven't done a live stream in a while, and but I do appreciate you guys coming and supporting the channel, and you know, definitely have a great night. Happy to talk to you guys on the way out if you want. But congratulations, Leviathan, you're going to be getting this now. Yeah, TRC Dalman is going to be. It should definitely be on your radar. Take care, everyone. Yeah, this TRC. I mean, but have a great night, everyone. If anyone has any questions, I'll stick around for another minute or two. Okay, seems like everyone's good. I'm going to end the